Hi, this is Joe Mitchell from ActivateYourGreatness.com, Coach Joe. And what I want to talk to you about today is staying on track with your goals. So you've set some goals this year, probably. A lot of people use the first of the year to set goals. So let's talk about what it's going to take to stay on track with your goals. So the first thing that you've got to do with your goals is you got to write them down. You've got to write down your goals. And I would really suggest that if you really want to meet your goals, write them down multiple times, like maybe even write them down every day. If you just set a goal and talk about it, it's not going to have anywhere near the force that it will if you write it down, especially if you continue to write it down. So that's the number one thing that you should focus on, is having that goal squarely in mind and writing it down. Then the second thing is, since you're hopefully setting SMART goals and that you're hopefully going to have deadlines, you want to set those deadlines on paper. You want to put them on the calendar so that you can see them. You might even want to create a vision board, but the main thing is that you want to have a deadline and a schedule. And you can even put interim milestones on the calendar. Set a schedule. The number three thing is very, very important for getting on top of your goals, and that's to break it down. Break it down into little bite-sized pieces. Sometimes I like to break my goals down into 10-minute activities. It might be a goal that's fairly large, but I break it down into 10-minute activities. Then I can really focus on each little activity that I want to do. And it makes such a difference because I'm not focused on some huge, huge project or something that I might not even believe that I can do. I'm focused on 10 minutes that I know that I can do. So break it down, break your goals down, and put it on paper. The next thing that's really important about staying on top and on track with your goals is to get accountable. And that is telling people, you can tell them on social media, but the best thing I've found is to get an accountability buddy, somebody who is got your back, somebody who you can get with on a really regular basis, either online or through Google Drive. You can put a spreadsheet up and share it with that person. But it's really great if you could talk to them on a regular basis. And if there's something that's missing, that you can work it out and figure out how can you get yourself to do these things. So getting accountable is really a big, big deal. The next important factor for staying on top of your goals and staying on track with your goals so that you actually will reach them is to be positive. Don't fade down into the negative and feel like you just can't do it. You want to be positive. You want to keep that positive energy going. You want to keep that drive. I can do it. I can do it. I'm the kind of person that does it. This is just like me. Start to keep saying those things, especially when it gets hard. Be positive. Use affirmations. Affirmations are one of my favorite tools to work on reaching goals. And there are hundreds of affirmation videos on YouTube. So be positive. And then finally, the number 6 and final thing that we'll talk about today to keep on track with your goals is to treat yourself. Or I would also say to celebrate yourself. So every time that you reach a milestone or every time that you do something that's positive, celebrate it. Give yourself some applause. Give yourself some credit. You deserve it. You're worthy of it. You can do it. So treat yourself to something when you reach up half of the goal. You get a new client. Your goal is for 3 new clients. You get a new client. Treat yourself to something. Like really celebrate. It really will make a difference. So, or if you just make the calls, celebrate that you made the calls, that you are in action towards your goal. So those are some of the 6 really important ways to keep on track of your goals. And if you do them, you have a much, much better chance of making your goals. So do you remember them? Write them down. Write what I've just said down. Even if you've only seen a piece of it, write it down and act on it. It's all about action, taking action. And if you'd like to have a session with me where we can go over your goals and look at what might be in the way, look at what might get you moving forward, then let's do that, please. And you can sign up for it at activateyourgreatness.com/free. And I'd be happy to talk with you. It's a 15-minute session and we will rock it. Thanks for listening and have a fabulous day. Take care.